How's it going? My name's Muiris Curley and I'm a traditional Irish music player from Dublin. I'm 21 and I've been playing the bodhran for about 12 years.
How did you first get interested in traditional Irish music, and what drew you specifically to the bodhran?
Well, I didn't start off with the bodhran now. When I was in primary school there was an opportunity to do fiddle lessons, or there was violin lessons, so classical violin, and I started with the classical violin when I was about 4 and I absolutely hated the classical violin. I couldn't stand it. And then they had an opportunity for us to go and learn Irish music, so it was to play the fiddle, and I actually enjoyed the fiddle, so I continued on playing the fiddle for about 2 or 3 years in St David's in Artane. It's a branch called Crouch Tracy. And there was one evening, I actually kind of vaguely remember it, I went up with my mum and they had all the stands out and they were trying to get people, they're trying to get more of an audience to come in and listen to the concerts that they put on, and they're trying to get more kids involved in playing Irish music. So they had a deal where if you played one instrument, they gave you the second lessons for free for a few months. So I was walking around and I seen the concertinas there and the accordions, and I was thinking, like, which instrument will I pick? And then I seen the bodhran, and straight away I was just thinking, this is gonna absolutely cause havoc in this house. My mum and dad are gonna kill me because I'm just gonna bang this all day. So I thought it'd be funny at first just to pick up a bodhran and bring it home and start playing away, but I actually really enjoyed it, and yeah, I just began to love it, yeah.
Can you describe the feeling that you get when you play it?
Well, to be honest with you, it's not just playing the bodhran itself. Like, if I was playing in my house on my own, I probably wouldn't get the same feeling that I would if I was to play with other people. But playing the bodhran in a session there's no feeling like it. It's like being the pulse of the session. And you can feel the vibrations off the bodhran when you're playing, and it's just the constant beat that's going with the music. That's unbelievable.
How do you approach playing with other musicians in a session? Like, what's your process for finding your place in the music?
If I was to go up to a session now, it would really depend on the kind of age of the group and what kind of style of music they're playing. So, for example, if I was to walk into a pub and I knew who some of the musicians were and they're kind of around the same age as me, I'd find it easy just to slip in and kind of just express myself and the way that I play the bodhran, and like most of them anyway, we'd probably enjoy it because we'd all kind of have the same style of playing just because we're the same age, and we kind of grew up playing in sessions with various people that we'd all know. But if I was to go into a session now and it was kind of an older group and more of a old style traditional session, I'd kind of just sit down and I just kind of keep it very basic and just do my best to add what I can to the music without being too aggressive and without being too assertive on everyone or on anyone. Yeah, it just really depends on the group of people that you're playing with.
How do you think playing traditional Irish music connects you to Irish culture?
Well, it is carrying on an ancestral tradition. Like, back in the old times, they used to be banned to play Irish music and it was kind of kept secret, and that's kind of like it spread because people would learn tunes and they'd pass it on, and then whoever was passed on to might pass it on to someone else, and it kind of spread that way. So it's still keeping ties with the old ancestral ways, because we'd still sit down in a session and someone would know a tune and they'd play it for a while, and then next of all someone else that didn't know, or there'd be people playing it for a while, and then someone else that may not have known the tune would pick it up, and then they'd probably start that in another session. So it's carrying on the tradition in that way. But then at the same time, it like gives you a sense of pride of where you come from. If you're to listen to folk lyrics now, and if you actually listen in and listen to the story of the song, or even read behind the lyrics, it gives you a better sense of where you came from and what kind of times have passed and how we've developed, basically.
What role does improv play in your approach to playing the bodhran? How do you balance spontaneity with structure?
Well, to be honest, as I said earlier, it would depend on the group of people I was playing with. Improv is actually a big part of playing the bodhran because as you kind of get more competent on the bodhran or whatever, you kind of start to realise that it's actually not about like how skillful you are and what you can do on the bodhran and like just showing off. Like that's not what playing it is at all. It's more so listening to a tune and there's certain dips or hops in a tune and trying to basically mirror them on the bodhran where when it's fitting, and that kind of keeps with the structure. But the odd time it's nice to throw in the odd offbeat that kind of just to keep people on their toes basically. But at the same time, you can't go too mad in it because then the musicians themselves, like at the end of the day, this is just accompaniment. It's not the most important, what's called cog in the session, if you want to call it that. Like the most important thing is the actual melody itself, because without that there's nothing, and I wouldn't be able to play without the melody. And to be honest, you'd just be pissing people off as well if you're just going off and showing off and doing your own thing. So it's basically just trying to keep the structure of playing without doing anything too outrageous, and that's kind of the perfect balance.